2 again. From a modest beginning, these attributes continue to expand daily. Today, it is only incontestable that Lagos is the most urbanized cosmopolitan in the entire West African sub-region. From the period that the state emerged as the nation's economic hub, through when it reigned as the nation's political capital until date, the continued attraction of people into the state could only mean one thing, and most evidently, it is the sustenance and continued existence of those virtues and opportunities which made the state an investment haven. To be precise, it was once believed that the movement of the nation's capital from the state to Abuja would lead to a corresponding decrease in the volume of economic activities being carried here. However, and in spite of about 14 years after the movement, the state economy continues to expand. It is pertinent to mention here that one of the reasons why this situation remains and even continues to It is pertinent to mention here that one of the reasons why this situation remains and even continues to improve is the commitment of successive administrations in the state. The need to ensure that the state retains and even improve on its economy has made the implementation of policies to this effect possible. It is on record that deliberate policies and programs which have helped in no small measure in enhancing the station economic. 6. The need to ensure that the state retains and even improves on its economy has made the implementation of policies to this effect possible. It is on record that deliberate policies and programs which have helped in no small measure in enhancing the state's economy have been enunciated and implemented. Since 1999, these programs have been reserved. I told you afternoon Monday. 7 again. Since 1999, these programs have been reviewed and further given a bite to effectively put the state in its rightful place. As a result, the achievement of a sustainable economic environment that could energize the different departments of the state economy is that which is of utmost concern to this administration. The Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu's administration's approach has been both practical and pragmatic, with a team of seasoned economists with enviable track records. The administration embarked upon various reform programs which have today led to diversification in the state's economy. The success of the Lagos State Economic Summit, or Eyigbeti Summit, over the years has translated into concrete economic gains for the state. One of these is setting the state on the path of a private sector-driven economy. Another outstanding contribution of the present administration is improvement and expansion of the state's infrastructural base. It is also noteworthy that practically all the administration's programs with its empowerment dimensions have led to the increase in trained personnel ready to be employed by organizations that need their services. Tremendous in changes as these are, it would not have been possible to record such an outstanding success without requisite manpower or personnel. Thus, this is where the state public service comes in. Realizing the importance of the public service in the implementation of its policies, the Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu's administration, early enough, embarked upon reforming this bastion of public administration. Attention was therefore focused on effective and efficient training programs, and under these arrangements, in-house training as well as external seminars and workshops are regularly organized for the state's workforce. Similarly, considerable number have also been sponsored on overseas training and workshops. Under the present administration, therefore, considerable efforts have also been channeled into maximizing the potentials of civil servants. Towards this end, the state government embarked on computerization of the state civil service. The acquisition of information and communication technology by all standards has not only made Lagos State the first in the Federation to run public administration fully online, it has equally led to the increase and speed up in service delivery. One thing is certain: the acquisition of information and communication technology will bring about efficiency and effectiveness in operations, while it will also bring about robust responses towards meeting the needs of the people. In further demonstration of its commitment towards the development of the civil service, the present administration has thrown its weight in support of the new pensions reforms, which awareness is being done throughout the country. This support is born out of the concern of this administration about life after retirement of its workers, particularly as regards the ugly experience of various retirees who, after decades of meritorious services, find it very difficult to access their pension. In the words of the Lagos State Head of Service, Mr. Akinsoya Sonny Ajose, the commitment of the present administration at enthroning the new order and ensuring that it takes firm root will not be found wanting. Without doubt, the problems of the pension program are too obvious to attract any opposition to its reforms. Indeed, practitioners and stakeholders have consistently argued for the cancellation of a program boxed down by lack of funds and inadequate budget allocation, unsustainable outstanding pension liabilities, while many workers in the private sector are not covered by any form of retirement benefit arrangements. Similarly, the present pension arrangement suffers from weak and inefficient administration, which brings about protracted delays in processing and payment. There is also no link between contribution and benefits, while most of the over 300 parastatal schemes were bankrupt. It is therefore the belief that the new Pensions Act will bring about considerable improvement in pension management. It is equally believed that it will extend to cover areas where the present system is lacking. Under the proposed arrangements, pension management will now be more defined in terms of contribution. It will be contributory and fully funded. It is mandatory for all employees with over 3 years to retire, and it is very portable. Among other key characteristics is that it will now include private sector and individuals. It has uniform application. It will be strictly regulated by the Pensions Commission. It is explicit through retirement bond and capped, and it is mandatory for all employers. Another innovation of the coming pension arrangement is the establishment of the National Pension Commission as the regulatory body for the new system. According to the Act, an employee shall make monthly contributions of a minimum of 7.5% of the total monthly emolument into retirement savings account. The employer also shall contribute the same amount towards the retirement benefits of the employee. This is paid directly to the Pensions Fund Custodian, PFC, to be held on the order of Pensions Fund Administrator, PFA. A pension fund administrator is a company licensed by the National Pension Commission to manage and invest the pension funds in the employee's retirement saving account. However, the pension fund custodian is to keep money and assets in the retirement saving account on trust for the employee on behalf of pension fund administrator. As a new arrangement, the pensions reform has inbuilt safeguards which will ensure that it is not abused. These include the separation of functions of pension fund administrator and pension fund custodian, risk rating of investment instruments and compliance officers, prohibition of the use of pension assets as grants of loan or use as collateral, amongst others. The expected socio-economic impact of the reform include improved living standards of the elderly, secured financial autonomy and independence of the retirees, improved labor market, and reduction in fiscal cost of pensions. Others are increased national savings and promotion of growth and development of capital, mortgage, and insurance markets. Realizing the importance of these benefits, it is expected that the state and local government establishments will adopt these new initiatives and bring an end to the endless problems associated with the present system. It is therefore hoped that the present administration will justify its commendable support by commencing the implementation of the new policy. Indeed, such a step will further add to the monumental improvement the Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu's administration has brought to bear on public administration. Without doubt, the new Pensions Reform Act will further lead to the improvement in the state civil servants' welfare, thereby resulting in increased output and service delivery for the benefit of the state's teeming population. Good night.